Hello everyone, this is Aaron. I play Magic way too much. Okay, Nissa, Vital Force. We have to buy her for an event that's coming up, and I just got her 295 crystals. Arlen Cord's coming up, which I would recommend. She's pretty good. So that's go into Planeswalkers, level them up, level Nissa up. I believe it's 80,000. I'm actually. Oh, it's going to be this way. So there we. This always trips me out. So we are starting here with 43,000. So we should end up with about 35,000. And let's just kind of see where it goes. So we're going to look at the final abilities here in a second. And I'm also going to show you in the last two card sets kind of what my favorite kind of cards are that I have and don't have. So you know, as you draw them, as they come out, because some are exclusive, you can see what cards you may want in this deck. All of her powers, all of Nissa's powers are energy related. And so really it's about get as much energy on the board as you can. And the first two abilities help you with that. And then the third ability basically is a kill the opponent. But what I don't like about it is that you really have to have cards that do something with those energized gems. It's not like, do 4 damage to your opponent or create a creature. They aren't independent, if that makes sense. So Nissa may or may not become one of my favorites. It really, it's like a 2-step process, and that is not always the best. Okay, so let's look at the abilities. This is the deck they give you, which is not worth much. They're all commons, uncommons. But you can have... Oh, never mind. Okay, so the first one is convert 4 gems to green, energize 4. Again, you're energizing 4. The 4 gems to green will be helpful, but isn't. For 9, that's not worth it by itself. Next one, create a support. When any player matches 3 or more green gems, energize 4. That's great if you have cards on the field, like I'm saying, that use energy. So you really have to tailor your deck to the last 2 sets. And the last one, energize 5, give each creature +X until the end of your turn, where X is the amount of energized gems times 4. So just right there, you're going to get +20 for all of your creatures, plus whatever else you have. So, it's only for 1 turn, but you have 2 creatures, that's 40 extra damage. And we're at +9 down below. Obviously green, white, and red. And just edit deck, we can quickly see that we can have 7 creatures, 4 spells, which is low, and 5 supports. And so that's what they gave us. And it cost 80 to upgrade, because now I have about 350,000. So let's go to here. So these are kind of the cards that I would think about. This one is just kind of there. Obviously, if we have the mythics, we're going to use them. And this is going to make your hand go a little faster. Here's a card that you need energized gems. And so here's an example of a good kind of some synergy. You wouldn't put this in a deck without energy. Here we have a good support, but again, we're getting kind of expensive here with 10. But each creature gets 1/1 when you overload. So now you have to do 3 steps. Step 1, get energy out there. Step 2, get creatures out there. Step 3, overload 1. So that it sounds like a great card, but if you're behind and you have this in your hand, it's 3 steps away. Obviously, this is good. And if you're getting energy from other sources, this could get real big real fast. Here we go, gain 3 mana. It costs 14, which is a little bit high. Hopefully you can get your mana back. We're going to gain some life if we have this out here. Again, the cost is a little bit high, but if we have that second one out there with match green gems, we're getting 4 energized gems out there. That means every turn we'll probably gain 5 or 10. Here we go. This creature gets 1/1, so this is going to get bigger, a lot like the Hydra. but isn't quite as powerful. These are the green cards I'm going through specifically. Here we go again. A few of these mythics, of course, you're going to play them. I don't need to tell you about that. The overload gets it for one turn, and so here we go with the supports. Pardon me, with the colorless cards. This I'm tempted to put in lots of decks, but unless you have lots of energized gems, there's better cards. Of course, this if you have the mythic, you're going to put it in there. This would actually be a really good card, especially when you use that second ability, and then you're gaining lots and lots of mana very quickly. It's not an exclusive. There's some error when you scroll through, and so I took the screenshot after the error happened. This would be a good card in there, because you're getting the hit points better. This would be fantastic. Again, if you have the mythics, you're going to use them. Now, this would be another fantastic card. If you have it, use it. And those are all the cards. So I really only pulled out about 10 cards, and about half were mythics. Maybe not half, maybe a third. But you can see kind of the cards I would be thinking about, kind of the deck that I would be making. And so you can make your best deck with that. But you really need to have all of the newest cards here. And I think that second ability is going to be the best just in general, but the third ability if you have the right scenario. But again, it's like a 2 or 3 step process because, without the right card and energy, you can't make the thing happen. And so I, in general, like a little simpler deck that you just pull a creature out or whatever with the abilities. Thanks, guys. Have fun with it. +9 is never bad at the bottom. And we're going to use this for an event right here, right now.